The sitcom, which has been called the foundation of modern comedy and the longest running sitcom, has had many moments that have come to manifest in real life. So, if you're one of those people who spend way too much time on internet conspiracy theory rabbit holes, you might want to sit back in your Spine Melter 2000 and enjoy the list of predictions that came true. The Donald Trump Presidency, Season 11, Episode 17, Bart to the Future. Let's start with one of the most widely talked about historical events, the day Donald Trump became president. In this episode, we take a look into the future as Lisa has become the President of the United States. Unfortunately, she is tasked with cleaning up after the disastrous job done by Donald Trump. As she offhandedly mentions, "We inherited quite the budget crunch from President Trump." It was initially a reference to Trump attempting to run as a Reform Party candidate, but the words gained validity in 2016 when he was elected president.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
We're broke.
The country is broke? How can that be?
Well, remember...
Disney buys 20th Century Fox, Season 10, Episode 5, When You Dish Upon a Star. This episode was aired in 1998, in which Ron Howard and Brian Gazer produced the script Homer pitches. The script is being produced at 20th Century Fox, where there's a sign hanging in front of the studio's headquarters, which reveals that it's a division of Walt Disney. Almost 20 years and $52.4 billion later, the Disney-Fox deal became a reality, acquiring Fox's film studio in addition to the bulk of its television producing assets. The media amalgamation also has access to popular entertainment properties including The Simpsons, now bringing Homer Simpson and Mickey Mouse under the same roof. Autocorrect, Season 6, Episode 8, Lisa on Ice. This is one of the few cases where The Simpsons not only made a prediction, but actively contributed to technological progress. School bullies Kearney and Dolph were taking a memo that read "Beat Up Martin" in an episode of The Simpsons that was aired in 1994. The memo gets accidentally translated to "Eat Up Martin," an early foreshadowing of autocorrect frustrations. Nitin Ganatra, former director of engineering iOS applications at Apple, told a reporting firm that this moment on The Simpsons inspired him to get the iPhone keyboard right. Video Calls, Season 6, Episode 19, Lisa's Wedding. Seems like the writers of The Simpsons are a bunch of clairvoyants. This episode featured one of the most vital components that became a reality in 2010. The Simpsons predicted that we would be able to communicate through video long before we had Zoom or Skype.
Hi, Mom. Lisa, hello. How are you doing in England? Remember, an elevator is called a lift, a mile is called a kilometer, and botulism is called steak and kidney pie.
Guess what? You and I are getting married.
Horsemeat Scandal, Season 5, Episode 19, Sweet Seymour Skinner's Badass Song. In this episode, which was aired in 1994, the lunch lady Doris was hit with school district budget cuts, and Doris' solution for the financial setbacks made a lousy situation into something that was downright nasty. She proved to be quite the pioneer as 19 years later, while we were busy chomping down on horse burgers, it was reported that horse DNA was found in beef products across the UK. The discovery of the Higgs boson equation, Season 8, Episode 1, The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace. It turns out that the writers are also mathematicians apparently. In an episode in 1998, Homer becomes an inventor and is shown in front of a complicated equation on a blackboard. He was a good 14 years early on the God particle, which helps explain how everything in the universe has mass. It was first predicted in 1964 by Professor Peter and 5 other physicists, and it wasn't until 2013 that scientists discovered proof in a $13 billion experiment. The Nobel Prize winner, Season 22, Episode 1, Elementary School Musical. A plotline which came to fruition in our three-dimensional world predicted who the Nobel Prize winner would be 6 years before it happened. It appears that the nerd Milhouse Van Houten picked a Nobel Prize winner 6 years prior. The episode featuring the bracket was aired in 2010. In 2016, Bengt Holmstrom of MIT and Oliver Hart of Harvard were announced as the joint winners of the 2016 Nobel Prize in Economics.
For economics, Jagdish Bhagwati.
Huzzah! I
had him in the pool.
Coronavirus, Season 4, Episode 21, Marge in Chains. In this episode of Season 4, they predicted a global pandemic, a global flu spreading across the world like wildfire called Osaka flu, spread by a Japanese factory worker coughing into numerous packages containing juicers that everyone from Homer Simpson to Principal Skinner ordered. When the residents of Springfield open their packages from Japan, they get their products and a little more than they bargained for. A small town met a scary epidemic, and I think that one might be a little too relatable for us.
House cat flu is coming, people. The Center for Disease Disinformation predicts with some degree of probability that the house cat flu might spread in the following hypothetical outbreak pattern. So better beware, that warm body on your lap just might be ready to destroy your tender vessel.
Smartwatches, Season 6, Episode 19, Lisa's Wedding. This is one of the several technological aspirations by the sitcom that ended up coming into fruition. In this episode, which was aired in 1995, a botched wedding proposal from Lisa's boyfriend, Hugh, prompts him to call an ambulance by talking into his watch. In 2013, smartwatches with voice recognition first came out. This sitcom has been transforming our televisions into crystal balls. The Three-Eyed Fish, Season 2, Episode 4, 2 cars in every garage, and 3 eyes on every fish. This episode showed us the impact of human progress on the environment. In 1990, this episode shows Mr. Burns' power plant waste being dumped into Springfield's water supply. When the plant shuts down, Bart decides to go fishing. And to his surprise, he catches a three-eyed fish that was the result of the plant's chemicals and radioactive contamination. Fast forward to 2011, an Argentinian fisherman caught his very own three-eyed fish, whose mutation was attributed to a power plant nearby that was also dumping its waste into a river. Unfortunately, it wasn't as cute as the one from The Simpsons. Well, we've reached the end of today's video, and we hope you've enjoyed it. Let us know which premonition was your favorite down in the comments, and let us know if we've missed any. We'll see you all in the next video.